Seiko just released a trio of Prospex Speedtimers, and they all look amazing and inspired by legendary rally cars. A tribute to the iconic DATSUN 240Z and Seiko's connection to the now out-of-business Japanese carmaker that once ruled the rally scene. One is an automatic from the SRQ series, and the other is a solar power quartz from the SSC collection. Both really cool watches, but things get really interesting with the third because it's got a bit of a surprise. It's not a chronograph. It has a time and day layout with an inner rotating bezel, a feature that's borrowed from the Seiko 5 Sports collection, so it adds a fun little twist to the Speedtimer family. The inspiration behind the design of these new watches is pretty cool. Seiko took elements from the dashboard and color scheme on the DATSUN that won the East African Safari Rally in 1971. Each watch received a double logo treatment, so there's both the Seiko logo and a version of the DATSUN logo on the dial. And then two of the watches feature the original DATSUN logo etched into the case back, but the third has a very detailed engraving of the rally car itself. A little side quest here for anyone curious why this DATSUN and winning that rally was so special. They pretty much beat the odds and crushed the brutal 6,200-kilometer race, which for those who use the Imperial system like me, that's a bit over 3,800 miles, which is a crazy amount. So yeah, winning that race pretty much cemented the DATSUN 240Z's legendary status in the rally world. But back to the watches, each brings something unique to the table, whether you're a Seiko fan, a racing fan, or both. So let's break them down, starting with the most surprising. The wild card, SPB517. Three-hander with a racing soul. At first glance, this watch feels a little out of place in the Speedtimer family. No chronograph, no stopwatch hands, just time, date, and a rotating inner bezel. But dig a little deeper and it starts to make sense. This model runs on Seiko's 6R55 automatic movement, the same one found in their mid-range Presage lineup, so it's no slouch under the hood. That inner bezel, it's a simple, no battery way to track elapsed time, so even without a chrono function, it still keeps the racing theme alive. Design-wise, it's got serious car watch vibes with the red accented DATSUN racing logo on the dial, giving off Tag Heuer Monaco energy. It also comes on a black perforated leather strap with red suede backing that peeks through the holes, a slick little detail. I think this watch feels like a dressed-up 5 Sports racing watch, but with better specs, a cooler dial, and a lot more character. Next up is the crowd pleaser, the SSC957, the Solar Chrono. If you're into a 1970s rally style, this one's probably your favorite. It nails the look with a red speedometer-style chapter ring, blue and red hands, a two-tone tachymeter bezel, and a classic steel bracelet. It runs on Seiko's V192 solar quartz movement, and the 24-hour subdial is kind of pointless, but that aside, it looks really awesome, especially when it comes to the caseback, because that engraving of the DATSUN's rally car looks really sweet. This watch is the most affordable of the bunch and the most vintage-inspired. It's functionally simple, but visually packed with a ton of personality. Last up is the heavyweight, a blacked-out watch with some serious automatic power. This is definitely the most serious watch in the group. Unlike previous SRQ models, this is the first modern Speedtimer automatic to sport a fixed tachymeter bezel, borrowing a look from the Solar models, but with mechanical capabilities thanks to its in-house 8R48 chronograph movement, which is Seiko's top chrono caliber outside of Grand Seiko territory. I really like the look of this. It's straight up stealthy. Blacked out case, bezel, pushers, and dial with just a splash of red and blue for the chrono hands and running seconds. The design is sharp, bold, and surprisingly subtle at the same time. It's kind of like a racing chronograph skipped the retro party and went straight to the future. It comes on a sleek black leather strap with the fold-over clasp and just a really awesome watch. Now that we got the good out of the way, it's now time for the bad news. Like typical Seiko fashion, these watches are all limited and priced a little bit high. But if I'm being honest here, I'm not surprised. Seiko seems to be its own worst enemy the past couple years, pushing away fans who aren't willing to spend a premium price for just about mid-level specs, especially when you compare them to some of the micro brands and what they're offering in their watches. It definitely pains me to say that because I learned how to mod watches with the SKX, and many of my first mechanicals were from the 5 Sports collection. But it is what it is. As far as the release and the pricing, here's the breakdown. This new collection officially drops in September. The SPB517 time date is $1,250 and limited to 2,500 pieces. The SSC957 Solar Chrono is $1,050 and it's limited to 4,000 pieces. The SRQ057 Automatic Chrono is $3,500 and limited to just 500 pieces. So far, they've only popped up on Seiko's UK site, so perhaps they are the first to get dibs, but we shall see how that unfolds. Seiko's limited editions and pricing strategy is killing me. What do you all think of what's going on?